I want to tell how the fifth dog appeared in my life. I am a professional dog trainer, and for four-legged friends already live in my home. I don't believe in prophetic dreams, but once I dreamed that my dog injured her paw, and soon after, it happened in real life. Recently, I had another disturbing dream, and in the morning I saw a dog near a shop that I usually fed. She was in an extremely serious condition. She had been hit by a car. The dog was lying in the heat and had suffered a heat stroke. I couldn't leave her like that. After giving her water, with the help of passersby, we managed to take the dog to a veterinary clinic. Now I will tell about her treatment and what I am doing to save her. With the help of other passersby, we managed to get the dog to a vet clinic. She was in very serious condition, and it was unclear whether she would survive. There were few visible injuries, but her overall condition was very poor. For some reason, I was sure that the most important thing was to get her to the clinic, where doctors would meet us and provide all the necessary help as quickly as possible. But in reality, everything turned out differently. At the clinic, no one seemed to care about us at all. We placed the dog on the floor. She was breathing heavily, and the receptionist told us to take a queue for registration. Then came some absurd questions about the dog's color, name, sex, and age, all of this happening slowly, while the dog was dying on the floor. Only when we lost our patience and started making a scene did a doctor finally begin to move and do at least something for our dog. Results of our stay at the clinic. The dog had an X-ray, which showed fractures of the spine and tail, and it was unclear what was wrong with the front leg. An ultrasound showed that the internal organs were fine, but the dog had extremely high temperature and blood pressure, indicating overheating, as she had been lying in the sun for a long time. First, it was necessary to stabilize her condition, and only then think about further treatment. They put the dog on an IV drip, and I stayed with her in the clinic for 3 hours, completely confused about what to do next. The service at the veterinary clinic was so terrible that the nurse who was supposed to prepare the IV took about 30 minutes to do it. It felt like I would die faster than the dog during that time. The entire staff moved slowly, paying no attention to the critical condition of the animals. These were the worst hours spent there. The random passersby who helped transport the dog turned out to be 2 girls and a neighbor. The neighbor lives in a private house, and we decided to leave the dog there for outdoor care. I already have 4 dogs, and I wasn't ready to take a 5th one immediately. At the clinic, the dog's condition was slightly stabilized with the IV, but she was clearly in shock and under stress. She could no longer move on her own. Carrying her was difficult. She weighed 40 kilograms, and it was unclear where and how badly she was in pain. In the neighbor's yard, we placed the dog on foam sheets. There was complete confusion about how to care for her, what to do, and how to treat her. Thus ended the first day of rescuing a dog hit by a car. Results of the first day. The dog survived. She stayed alive, despite the extremely poor care at the veterinary clinic. Unfortunately, bad days happen in life, and you have to be prepared for that. Among the serious injuries was a spinal fracture, and at that time it was unclear whether she would ever walk again. Temporary housing was found for her, and next we had to deal with treatment, which required finding a good doctor, something that turned out to be not easy at all. This whole story was not simple, but that's life, and there's no escaping it. The most important thing is that the dog was saved and didn't die from overheating on the roadside. Briefly summarizing the whole story. Near the shop lived an elderly dog who could barely move. Everyone fed her, including me, and she was obese, weighing 40 kilograms. She was kind, never hurt anyone, just lived her life. One day, I saw her lying by the roadside. It turned out she had been hit by a car. I still don't understand how it was possible to hit a dog that could barely move. She couldn't suddenly run onto the road. She always crossed slowly. By some miracle, she survived, and I fully took over her treatment and rehabilitation. Otherwise, she would have died. I took the dog to live with me. Now I have 5 dogs. Your help is very important to us, as the treatment is quite expensive. The video includes the payment details so that you can support us. Huge thanks to everyone who decides to help.